Hello everyone, it's Matt from AkuMods, back again with another giveaway. That's right, we're doing another giveaway as I said I would. I know I'm a little bit late on this, but I figured, you know what, let's start off 2021 with a giveaway. That would be great, right? I'm going to do the same exact type of contest. I'll leave all the information down below. We're going to do hashtag 3D Noob Resin giveaway. Okay, 3D Noob Resin giveaway. Okay, that's the hashtag. And basically, what it's going to entail is you have to be a subscriber to the channel. You have to be a member of the 3D Resin Printing for Noobs Facebook group. Again, I will link that down at the bottom if you guys are not. I know some of you are not. So yeah, if you are, that's great. If you aren't, go ahead and join the group, and you can win a resin 3D printer. Now, what exactly am I going to be giving away? And again, this is open to everybody in the entire world. Again. Okay, so we do have some stuff here that was given to us by Rapper, as well as Creality and Sparkmaker, and that's pretty much it. The other stuff I just kind of threw in there. So without further ado, this is the giveaway stuff. So as I stated before, most of the stuff is going to be used, or lightly used, I should say. I didn't want to give away something that had a lot of usage on it. So that's why I chose the Sparkmaker, because, yeah, I've used it, but I haven't used it as much as my other resin printers. It's got less than probably 50 hours on it, if that. Maybe 30 at the max. So it's still fairly new, and it is very, very small, so that way somebody can get into resin printing, and if they really like it, they can, kind of hop it up from there. But yeah, so this is the Sparkmaker FHD. So while it's not as fast or as cool as some of the newer printers on the market, it's something that'll get you what you need. It'll print minifigures and small stuff, no problem. The build plate is probably about the size of my palm, maybe a little bit bigger, so it is very, very small compared to most of my printers. And then Rapper was nice enough to include 2 bottles of resin. These are 500 gram bottles, 500 milliliters? 500 milliliters. They did include gray and white for you, so those guys who want to print, lithophanes, you can do that. Granted, it might not be a big lithophane because, like I said, it's only about the size of your hand, maybe a little bit smaller, actually. I am including an air purifying system. Now, this one is kind of so-so. It's not the greatest, but for something of this size, it'll work just fine. So if you're worried about toxic fumes or anything, and I'll be completely honest, I run various printers at a time, and I don't really have an issue with toxic fumes or anything like that. A lot of the resins that I use are very, very low fume resins, and Rapper is one of those where it's a little bit lower, but you can go with like bio resins. Those are really, really low in terms of like the smell and everything. So I hate to use the word toxic, because it's not as toxic as everybody thinks it is, especially if you're only running one of these things. Now, obviously, if you're running 20 or so like I am, I do have a large air purification system on here, which I've turned off right now because it's very, very loud. But yeah, you guys should have no problem. You might not even need to use that. I've used this thing where it's less than 3 feet away from me, and I've had no issues with smells or anything like that. The only time you really get smell with this is when you initially pop off the top, and you just get a quick whiff of it. So if you're really worried, just wear a mask when you're popping the top off, and that's it. So the other thing that we are including from Creality is the Creality SL1. This is a cure station. So when you're done with your model, you would go ahead and wash it. That's the only part we're not including on this. So if somebody wants to include a wash station or a magnetic stir station, if somebody wants to include that, by all means, go ahead and throw that in. That would be fantastic, so we can get these guys, the winner, I should say, whether it be a guy, girl, thing, whatever you want to call it. So that way they can get a all-in-one package. That would be fantastic. I know the last giveaway we did, we had a fellow member throw in some filaments. That was absolutely kind to him, as well as some nozzles and bed springs and some other goodies. So he kind of went all out. So again, I want to have a shout out to Lyman Rate for that. So thank you, sir, for that again. But yeah. So I'm just basically going to include all this stuff that we can. I'm going to include as many tools as you guys need. You know, anything that I think that will help your journey, I'm going to try and add it as much as I can. I'm also going to try and get a razor scraper, so just be careful when you're using that, because you can gouge the build plate or you can slice your hand right open because it's a straight razor blade. So it just makes it easier, because the one that's included with this plastic, yeah, that works, but you kind of like jab it to get it off, and it's not very efficient. Whereas the razor blade one will be much, much better. So I'll order one of those tonight, and I'll look about getting a wash type station, whether it be an ultrasonic cleaner or an actual magnetic stir. I personally prefer the magnetic stir stations, just because it tends to get a little bit more inside of the prints, especially if you're doing something that has a lot of, you know, holes and connecting pieces and everything like that, and you got to go under, over, you know, inside, out, that type of thing. So so those are really, really good for that, in my opinion. I used to have one, but I gave it to my friend. Otherwise, I didn't include it here. So so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, all you have to do is become a member of the Facebook group, the 3D resin printing for noobs group, and as well be a subscriber to the channel. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys are going to have a great 2021, and until next time, happy printing.